Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot. Welcome to your reading. And today's reading, I have a special reading for you called Like a Bird Set Free. And this reading is made in the image of the artist and musician Sia. Her name is Sia. A lot of people say like Sia or Singa or something like that, but in all the interviews I heard, they always call her Sia. So that is what I'm going to call her. And she is an amazing performer. And I actually had a friend of mine when I lived in Los Angeles who had her own band, and she did an amazing cover of Elastic Heart. Worth the listen. If you guys like, that song is definitely worth a listen too. But we're gonna go ahead in this reading, and like I said, the reading is called Like a Bird Set Free. And what we're talking about in this reading is triumph after hardship, okay? And we have 3 songs that I'm gonna randomly shuffle up by Sia that we are going to like distribute to each of the piles, okay? And the 3 songs that I've chosen by her for this reading are Bird Set Free, which hence is the title of this video, Like a Bird Set Free. Alive, basically the song is I'm Still Alive, but it's called Alive. And Unstoppable, I am unstoppable today, okay? So those are the 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix them up. Sorry, I've been talking a lot today, so I just have to clear my throat, get my vocals ready for you guys. And let's go ahead. Spirit, angels, and guides, can you show me where these songs should be? Okay, not yet. Can you show me where these songs should be placed, please? Spirit, can you show? That's it. Okay. You know, I just feel them click into place sometimes, and I just know like that is the way it should go. And yeah, it's really funny with me sometimes too, because I'm very clairaudient. I'll like hear when the cards are ready to be done and have, you know, draw a card. I'll like hear it by just the way the cards come together. I'll just hear a noise and I'm like, yeah, click, like it's like they click together. And that's how I intuitively know how to like stop and draw a card, just in case you guys ever wondered that. You probably have your own methods as well if you do tarot yourself too. What did I want to, oh my God, you guys, I have to tell you one thing before I start the reading. I accidentally took my morning medication in the evening, and I was literally up all night last night, and I didn't realize till this morning, and it was horrible. And I haven't had this happen to me for a long time, but I had a spirit come to me last night too, and he was being very rude and just like hello, like that kind of a thing. Just like, have you ever communicated before is what I wanted to say to him. And at one point in the middle of the night, I got up and I was like, have a little decorum. Like I kept saying that to my, like, I kept telling my guides, like, get rid of this person because I can't sleep and this isn't the right time and I'm not in the right, and it's something I know where I have to, I think it was a mediumship, a person that's crossed over that wanted to get a message to someone. And I just don't think he was used to communicating to a medium before. So he was just being kind of like, I don't know. It was really bad. I was like, oh my God, like have a little decorum. And that, I mean, that type of thing hasn't happened to me for a while because I have really strict boundaries, like of when spirits can come to me and when they can't. And like in my early 20s, it was a goddamn nightmare. But I was like, oh my God. And I think it's probably because I was a little like messed up in the brain last night too. Anyway, but I mean, I know the feeling of when it feels like a spirit is in the room, and I heard him as well. And I saw his initials as well too. The initials were BF. So if you guys know anyone, like, I'm just going to say it, but I think it actually is for someone on TikTok is what I feel, but maybe you guys know someone. The initials, it was an older gentleman. His name, his initials were BF or had BF in them, like either a B or an F or BF. And he had kind of like, almost like, he had the voice that he had was like, hello, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like, it just sounded kind of like dense in a way. Like he was just like, hello, like, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Like, is the microphone on? Did any of you have a relative that was like a little bit hard of hearing, or I mean, that's probably all of them, but like a little hard of hearing that talked very loudly and was kind of klutzy with things, or just, I mean, I don't know, like people might say he was kind of like a buffoon or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't think not mean. I wasn't getting a mean vibe. It was just like, have a little decorum. Don't be so rude. Anyway, if you guys know who that is, let me know in the comments. But we are going to go ahead and get into your reading. So we have the yellow tea light for pile number 1. We have the purple tea light for pile number 2. And we have the pink rose tea light for pile number 3. So you can go directly to the description box below to find your pile, and you're more than welcome to watch more than one pile too. Thank you for being here, everybody. It's a joy to be with you tonight. It is 9:09. That feels like a good time to start a reading, and we are going to go ahead and get into it. Let's do it. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Like a Bird Set Free, and we are getting a song from the musical recording artist Sia, and we are going to have one of her songs. Each pile has one of her songs, and I have lyrics to tell you guys about and to work into your reading, all right? And this reading is about triumph after hardship, okay? So we're gonna look at your triumph after hardship, and also just kind of how things have been for you in life and what you can maybe expect going forward, okay? So we'll probably cover a lot of ground in this reading, I hope anyway. And I've been meaning to do this reading for a while because I love the recording artist Sia. I think she's amazing. So let's go ahead. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 1 today. And what pile number 1 needs to hear regarding their triumph over hardship, please and thank you. Namaste. All right, pile number 1, let's see what you got. You guys, oh my God. I knew pile number 1 was gonna be unstoppable. When I was doing the songs today, I was like, pile number 1's gonna be unstoppable. I know it. And of course, you're number 1 and you're unstoppable, okay? And I'm going to read you guys the lyrics from this song, and then we're going to get into your oracle cards and then tarot, okay? And this song, Unstoppable, here are some lyrics that I brought out for you. It says, all smiles, I know what it takes to fool this town. Leave on my sunglasses while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. I put my armor on. I show you how strong I am. Break down, only alone will I cry out. You'll never see what's hiding out. I know, and I've heard that the only way to let sorry, I'm reading this wrong. I know I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships grow, but I'm too afraid now. And then she says, I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today, okay? And this song has to do with a feeling of feeling powerless because of our circumstances and having to pick up the pieces on our own. And like she's saying here, I'm all smiles and I know what it takes to fool this town, and nobody is gonna really see me cry or see me, like, I'm putting my armor on. And she says here, I know I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships grow. And she's talking about vulnerability there, and that, you know, you have to show yourself in order to like connect with people, but that it's so hard at times because for so many times in our life, we get used to like shoving our feelings down and just putting our armor on and going back out there again and picking up the pieces on our own, okay? And this song to me is about vulnerability, courage, and power, and how vulnerability can be powerful, but also just the courage to keep going, right? And to pick up the pieces, and that sense of powerlessness that we sometimes get when we feel like we can't act or we can't do what we want to do because we can't show anything. We have to keep shoving everything down, okay? And maybe some of you guys have dealt with these issues before of not wanting people to see like you break down or see how you feel. Or I'm like, Cancer energy is like that too, and I know how that is. Like Cancers are very like loving and caring, but if you hurt them, they will go within their shell like 1, 2, 3, and you'll have a hard time kind of coaxing them out. And then they put their armor on, and then they don't show that person like that they're suffering or that they feel alone or that they feel afraid, okay? And here she is like in this song talking about how she knows she's gonna be okay anyway. And the lyrics are, I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. All right. And sometimes that's how it is in life. Like we are very unstoppable people, but on the other hand, we like shove our feelings down. Maybe some reasons people do that is also like codependency, because they don't want to like show a person that they have needs of their own, or that they need something from their partner or from their parents. And so they don't show anyone that they're hurting, and they act like they're fine, and they still keep pushing and going. And of course we want to be able, and then that sets you up later in life for feeling like you can't be vulnerable with people. But it's a journey, you know what I'm saying? It's a journey. And a lot of people who had to be very independent growing up and be very tough might feel that way. You know what I'm saying, pile number 1? So I hope that explanation was good for you, okay? It may not be powerlessness, because she sounds very powerful in the song. It's more like vulnerability is an issue, right? Like I've been doing things on my own for so long, and I've had to have so much courage and to just keep going, right? But I haven't ever been able to really show people how I feel or get the same kind of support in return, all right? So let's go ahead, and we have here Archangel Hanael, find and follow your rhythm. Find and follow your rhythm, okay? And yeah, sometimes when it's like, okay, she says here, I know I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships grow, right? And maybe sometimes we can feel vulnerable, and then other times we can't. And sometimes we're feeling like we want to cry, or we have to put our armor on. And then other days we're feeling like unstoppable, like we can take on the world, right? And so Spirit is just saying here, find your rhythm, because your days may be varied. I feel like pile number 1, like you may be up some days and you may be down some other days, all right? So Spirit talking about finding your rhythm. Oh, Warrior Goddess, I love it. And I'm gonna go ahead and read from this deck before we finish your reading. This is the Love Your Inner Goddess deck here, but we have Warrior Goddess number 25. And yeah, and you know, her eyes, she's a warrior, right? But her eyes look sad, but she's probably not letting anybody see that. You know what I mean? And maybe you've dealt with that, pile number 1. We have here the Fool, okay? And we have the Daughter of the Swords, okay? And this is you guys, I feel like, you know, actually it says it in the song, all smiles, I know what it takes to fool this town. And here's the fool, okay? Actually says it in the song. And I feel like you guys are very, very smart, pile number 1, with this Daughter of Swords coming up as this owl. And I think maybe in the past you were maybe not, with the Fool, maybe not sure, because it's like find your rhythm, right? And maybe you felt like a little baby chick when you were younger at times, and it's like wobbling around a little bit. Like I don't know which way to go. Like some days I'm up, some days I'm down, but I don't want to show anyone what I'm feeling. I'm just going to like just keep going, right? But I feel like your journey has really taken you to the Daughter of Swords, pile number 1, which is like total wisdom here, and shrewdness is what I'm getting. And maybe feeling like a beginner at life at times, or just feeling like topsy-turvy, pile number 1, at times in life. And it's like, you know, sometimes like feeling really powerful and then other times not feeling that way, and not wanting to let it show, okay? And I feel like you guys are just far more like, you're more willing now to tell a person what you're thinking or what you're feeling, or if you're not happy about something, than maybe you were in the past. And because of that, I feel like maybe you guys even had to cut some people out of your life too, because they were taking advantage of your nature. And maybe these people thought that you were naive, like with the Fool, but you're actually very shrewd and you know where you stand with people, pile number 1, is what I feel. And so you are triumphing. You are triumphing after this hardship. We have the Hermit. Wow. And talk about the wisdom, right? We have the Daughter of Swords with the owl, and then we have the Hermit here too. It's like, I can do it on my own. I don't need anybody else. I got it. I'm unstoppable today. I don't need your freaking help. I can do this myself. Maybe sometimes that got you guys into trouble with the Fool card. It's like, God, maybe I could use some help here. I mean, everyone can use help, right? But sometimes we're in family situations where, you know, this, I can relate to this too. I grew up with a very ignoring, narcissistic mother, and I always felt I had to do everything myself. And I never really wanted to show people any emotion from me. And I never really wanted, I had such a tough exterior, you know what I mean? Pile number 1. And the Hermit definitely is not like, is oftentimes more of a figure like standing on their own and away from others, okay? And that's what I feel you guys have had to like, I feel you guys have had to sort of feel your way through life, because no one really showed you what to do. And you had to be very independent on your own, which, you know, all the time, it took you some time, I feel like, to sort of understand this or to embrace this maybe. But I feel like now that you're older, it's like you really understand. Because of this, you've developed certain skills that maybe other people don't have. You know what I mean? Because when you're forced to kind of do everything on your own, then, and pick up the pieces on your own, then you tend to be very skilled and very resourceful as well, okay? Let's see what else we have here. We have sweetness. Oh my God. Yeah. And especially after having to just go on your own. Maybe some of you even had to leave the home early on and just find your own way in life, or you had a parent that was very neglectful, that couldn't, or just wasn't around and couldn't do anything for you, and you just had to do everything on your own. And Spirit is saying now your triumph after hardship is to follow your own rhythms of life, right? So if you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling like being unstoppable today, like, you can chill. And if you need to talk to someone, you can, right? It's like, I feel like now you guys can be more gentle with yourselves and take it a little bit more easy, or you will be getting to that at some point. I feel pile number 1, and that will be your triumph after hardship, is to experience like more sweetness in your life, and not just, because the Hermit and the Daughter of Swords are like they're very focused on something, and they have to be. But I feel like you guys need some time to just be in the moment too and enjoy it. We have happiness. Wow. Sweetness and happiness. Those are your gifts after you went. I feel some of you just had a very, like, you had to grow up early with this Hermit energy. Some of you may have been only children, or maybe you only had like one sibling and they were way older than you, or you were the older one. But and really nothing else, okay? But I feel like you guys, and you might have spent a lot of time alone as a child as well. And I feel like some of you maybe like to read a lot or like to learn a lot at times as well. Like intellectually, or read books is also kind of what I'm getting. And yeah, it's like you had to go from the Fool to the Hermit like right quick. And the Daughter of Swords is the Page of Swords. So pages can sometimes represent children. So even as a child, you had to go from 0 to 100. And you probably were much wiser than your age even showed, right? But I feel like it's like a reverse process for you guys, where you get to have this happiness and sweetness in your life right now. And if you don't want to do something, like find and follow your rhythm here. If you don't feel like doing something, then chill, you know, and don't worry about it. We have Dragonfly here. I think this next phase of your life, pile number 1, is going to be like more spiritual. It's going to be lighter. The dragonfly like is made up of light and lights the path for us. It's very spiritual. Dragonflies have been like, they're like hundreds and hundreds of million years old. They have been on this planet like since the dawn of the fucking time. And maybe that's like you guys too with the Hermit. Like you guys have been on this earth plane so many times, and because of that, you're very, very resourceful and a warrior, okay? A warrior goddess, or if you're a guy watching this, a warrior god or goddess, okay? And you've been around the block. This ain't your first rodeo, pile number 1 on the earth plane. But I just feel like it's time for you guys. It's time for things to get lighter now for you guys. We have here the Leper King, Sword of Law, bravery, self-discipline, and faith. Yeah, I feel like you guys had to show a lot of this. I mentioned courage, courage and power, right? And faith, like self-discipline. Nobody was really disciplining you. I feel like, or nobody really like took an interest in disciplining you. I feel like you had to do it, discipline yourself, or you had to teach yourself, or you were expected to teach yourself, or you were expected to discipline yourself, maybe even like to be self-disciplined, even from the time that you were like young, okay? And we have the Leper King here too. So it's like the Leper King is kind of like, you know, that whole energy of, I don't want people to like see me this way, or I don't want people to see me like when my chips are down or when I'm sad. Like, I don't want to be looked at. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want to be looked at that way. And with this Daughter of Swords, I feel like you guys could have had your shield up like from the time that you were a child as well here. We have here communication, speak up and be heard. Yeah, and this message in the bottle, right? And I feel like this has to do with, the thing is you guys have a lot to say with this Daughter of Swords and the Hermit. Like there's a lot of wisdom that you hold within you. But I also feel like speak up and be heard is you guys talking to the people in your life and saying, you know, I need more, or I need you to kind of like, I need you to be there for me, or I need someone to talk to right now, or I need you to kind of hear me out, right? And I feel like this is kind of like the Ace of Swords is what I would say here too, a little bit. And I love that it's on a beach though. Maybe you need to communicate that you need a break. Some of you could have been working really long and hard for a long time. And yeah, you're really great with whatever you're doing here. But I feel like some of you need a break, and you maybe need like a trip to the water or to the ocean, or to go on like a vacation of some point. And maybe you even need to tell your job. Like, I feel like you guys could take a lot on and not ask other people for help. Yeah, and you don't want people to see you like struggle or squirm or anything like that. But I think at this point, in order to get to like the sweetness and happiness that you want, you will have to speak up and be heard. We have Soul Star activation. fulfilling your soul contract and remembering who you are. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys at the beginning, with the Fool energy here, it's like, do I know what I'm doing? Like, what am I doing here? And just like, I'm going out on a limb here and I'm not sure, right? But look at how far you've come. You're the Hermit and you're very wise. And I think you are fulfilling, I think you are remembering who you are. Warrior Goddess, I think you are remembering, like Dragonfly, your soul's very ancient. I think you are like working on fulfilling your soul contract. And honestly, fulfilling your soul contract is going to really represent a triumph after hardship for you guys. It's really going to be sweet and it's really going to be happy, okay? We have, oh, Mary Magdalene. She came up the other day in a reading and I love her. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. I'm unstoppable today, right? Oh my God, that is so funny. You guys have literal, like you have the Fool, and that was, she said the Fool in this town in the song, and then you also have don't let anything stop you. Okay. And I feel like this is a little bit easier than what you had to deal with maybe early on in your life. You've gathered like a lot of wisdom. I feel like some of you may even be doing research on something here, or you've gathered a lot of wisdom, and it's time now to share things, and it's time to like remember who you are. You have something important to share. Follow your inner call. Don't let anything stop you. All right. And that is that's like triumph after hardship, right? Oh my God. Thank God. Right. Pile number one, we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Oh my God. Right. And with this Leper King, I feel like you guys have shown so much bravery and self-discipline and faith in that there could be a good outcome here for you, pile number one. And there very much is with this happiness and sweetness. All right. This is a full moon in Capricorn card. Yeah, that Capricorn energy, you know, being ruled by Saturn and just the seriousness of it and how challenging it can be to even, maybe you guys didn't even feel like you had a childhood really, and that you just were kind of on your own with your books or whatever. I don't know, pile number one, you tell me in the comments, but, or maybe you prefer to be alone with your books at times and other people are very annoying. Because in this song too, it's like she doesn't really want people to see who she is or that she's upset or hurting. So she doesn't, I'm getting kind of the thing in this song that she doesn't really want to be around a ton of other people. But I have to say, your soul calling, pile number one, may indeed involve you dealing with other people and speaking up and being heard and getting your voice out there, getting your words out there, like teaching whatever it is that you're going to be doing, pile number one, or are currently doing. It does involve other people. Okay. We have here, oh, Capricorn. Oh my God. Achieve. Wow. I'm unstoppable today. And look at the goat. Look at that. And it just looks like it looks almost like a ram, like the Aries ram, but it's a goat and it just looks very, very unstoppable. All right. I win every single race. I'm so powerful. I'm unstoppable today. Yeah, self-discipline too with Capricorns as well. Like I'm sure you guys have, I feel like you guys know how to discipline yourself, or maybe you did when you were younger. And you didn't have as much fun as you could have, or like you didn't get to be as like wild and crazy and free because you were trying to discipline yourself for something in the future is what I feel, pile number one. Ooh, we have dreams. Okay, I just heard we all have dreams, but we can't get out. The first thing you got to do is be positive, think positive. That's a Too Short song. It's called You Should Be Getting It by Get In Where You Fit In, pile number one. Yeah. The first thing you have to do is think positive, set yourself some goals is a song that is coming to mind right now. And actually my sister, who's a Capricorn, she loves that song called Getting It by Too Short. And yeah, a lot of people have dreams, but they don't know how to make them happen, and they don't have the fortitude to really achieve their dreams, pile number one. But I feel like you guys do. And what you may not always see is that the way things were when you guys like were growing up, or how things had to be, I guess. I hate to say like how things had to be, but you know what I mean, pile number one, has turned you into like a very self-disciplined person who is able to achieve and persevere through situations that are very tough, okay? And when you take that and you mix it with like your greatest dream and what you want to do with your life, and then you take that dedication and focus as well, wow, you know, that is when things really happen, okay? And that's when we're unstoppable today, all right? And let me read this warrior goddess right here for you guys. And okay, so it says in a reading, this is not the time to play it safe, nor it is the time to let another take the lead in your life, right? She said, I win every single race. I'm so powerful, right? She's saying, I win every time. You need to believe in yourself and trust that the instincts are guiding you. The instincts that are guiding you are correct. If you need to take action, do it. Speak up, say yes, say no, trust your inner truth completely, right? Speak up. You guys have the speak up card right here. The universe will answer your boldest actions with affirmation, and you'll move through the consequences of your actions with grace and courage. Yeah, I mentioned courage multiple times, and end up exactly where you are meant to be. Yes, you're going to end up exactly where you're meant to be. You are ready. Life has been preparing you. Yeah, Page of Swords and Hermit. Life has been preparing you. Your experiences have made you stronger and wiser. Yes, indeed. You have spirit and you have courage. Believe in yourself. You are a warrior goddess, an empowered divine man or woman. Trust that your foundations are strong. Put faith in the universe. It has been your life coach and guide all along, right? The Hermit has been, the universe has been your life coach and guide all along, helping you to build up your inner resources. Yeah, self-discipline, right? Encourage you to realize the power that has always been within you. Yeah, the universe believes in you. When you feel it is time to take a step, take it with confidence. She says in here, I'm so confident today, right? Oh my God. And you know, when you feel, the key thing here is when you feel it's time to take a step, take it with confidence. You may not always feel that like every single day. So Archangel Hanael is saying, find and follow your rhythm. So when you're ready to, you know, take that step, do it with confidence. When you ask for help from the universe, ask with boldness and total confidence that your prayers will be answered. You have the right to require that your personal space be respected. You have divine permission and encouragement to claim your rightful place in the world. Wow. You are meant to say no to behavior that is dishonest, manipulative, and bullying. The warrior goddess uses her sacred anger to set boundaries and speak her truth, not to attack. She uses her inner fire to live with integrity, even if the right choices for her seem hard or frightening at the time. Yeah. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and some of your choices may have been, pile number one, like very hard at times. Yeah, she knows the universe has her back, so she is willing to be true to herself no matter what. She places integrity above all else. Yeah, Daughter of Swords, right? The owl. She knows that compromising her self-respect to win a battle will end up losing the war, right? And yeah. So I think, yeah, follow your rhythm, find your rhythm, but you're this warrior goddess, pile number one. And I love that for you guys, especially like after all the hard work and dedication that you've put in without really asking for much from others or asking for help from others as well. I feel like pile number one, but like life should be getting sweeter for you now. Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number one regarding triumph after hardship, please? What messages for pile number one from Spirit? We have here 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys have been watering your garden for a long time, very, very diligently. And the Seven of Pentacles is a Saturn and Taurus card, and more Saturn, right? Especially in Taurus, like just one thing after another, right? Just take one step in front of the other. Like with the Hermit, just keep taking steps, keep going, keep watering your garden. Like look at how big her plant is growing. It's almost big enough to transfer into like something else, I feel like. And that's what I feel you guys are gonna do. Like you're ready to kind of transfer into the next level or transfer into something new. And some of you guys may be kind of over whatever it is that like you're doing on a day-to-day basis right now. Like you learned a lot from it, but you're also over it. And these cards just came out because you're wanting to really fulfill your soul contract now is what I'm getting. We have Page of Cups here. So while other people were like, yeah, I feel like when you were younger, you guys were very serious or you tried to be very disciplined. And maybe the people around you, like friends or just people your own age or even siblings, for those of you that did have them, were like partying and drinking and fucking and acting crazy and everything. Not to say maybe you guys did too with the Fool, but I feel like you guys always got it under control because you knew what needed to be done here, okay? While other people have been, you know, partying their asses off or whatever, like you've been sitting here watering your garden. And also you've been, you know, here's the Strength card, right? I'm unstoppable today. And she's riding a lion and she's pointing up at the sky and she's saying, that's what I want, okay? That is what I want. Those are my dreams and I am going after that and I will achieve that. And I feel like some of the people in your life, pile number one, just could have been, I mean, maybe you had people in your life that were like drunks or just didn't give a fuck or just didn't have the same drive or determination as you did. And to you, that just feels weird because I feel like you guys are made of drive and determination. And yes, strength is very unstoppable for sure. We have the 10 of Cups here. Wow. And you guys, this is your sweetness, okay? Yeah, the dream. It's like you're pointing at it in the sky and you're like, that's what I want. And here's Spirit. Like, I feel like the lion is Spirit and the Spirit's like, we got you. We got you. And we'll make sure you get there, okay? Your guides are saying that. We got you. We got you. And here you are with your guides. Oh my God. It's like you and 3 of your guides and you're raising a toast. It's like, oh my God, thank God we made it through that phase. And I feel like after you make it through this phase or after you have pile number one, even your guides may take a little time off. We have happiness and sweetness here, and talk about like you pointing your wand at the sky and saying, that is what I want. And that's what I'm going to go for. While everyone else around me is like pissing the night away, I'm just going to go and, you know, go after what I want. And I'm willing to put the work in. Okay. And happiness and sweetness, of course. And then we have the Queen of Wands. And this represents you guys taking your rightful throne where you belong, all right? And this Queen of Wands is doing her soul contract. She is fierce. She is formidable. She is courageous. She is powerful. She is confident, okay? And I feel like you guys, after like, you work so hard to get here, and I feel like now or soon at some point here, pile number one, you guys will be taking your rightful seat on your throne, okay? And some of you wondering like, there may be something that you want to do. You may be working at a place just to like pay bills, but there's something that you really, really want to do with your time and your effort and your energy. And I do feel like you guys are going to take your rightful place on the throne. And I do feel like you will be fulfilling your soul contract and remembering who the fuck you are. Okay, pile number one. And, you know, it was so funny, like back in the day with this Page of Cups here and these people like partying and going crazy and having fun. I remember like many, many years ago, my prior career before I did this full time, I was in my 20s, I was studying for the CPA exam. It's a very difficult professional exam. and I could hear, and I was just studying nonstop all the time, nonstop, and I could hear these people outside my window on like a Friday evening, just partying and music going loud. And I'm just sitting here alone, like studying and beating my brains out and everything. And yeah, that's what the Seven of Pentacles can feel like sometimes. It can feel like, wow, everyone else is having a fucking grand old time. And I'm over here, you know, watering my plant every day. But you know what, pile number one, that is what leads you to your throne of power. And one thing that like I always would tell people who were also like studying for very challenging professional exams, that basically that at the end of the day, those people are still going to be out partying and having fun. And when you're done, you can join them. The only difference between you and them is going to be that you have an amazing professional designation and they don't, right? So let the hate, I mean, I don't feel like they're haters. I just feel like they're oblivious maybe to what you're doing or what you want to do or what path you want to take. And this fact that you have this dream for yourself and you're not going to let up until you get it is what I feel. Pile number one. Oh my God. I love your guys' reading. And it kind of reminded me of like a younger me. I don't know, pile number one. I don't like to bring myself into the readings, but you know, sometimes when you're doing readings and Spirit will tell me, oh, this pile is like your friend so-and-so, and that friend may not even watch the reading or even watch my channel, but Spirit is telling me it's like this, okay? And sometimes that just happens. I don't know why I'm explaining myself. You guys know what I mean. You've been here with me for a long time. Take care, pile number one, and have a beautiful evening. Have fun is also what I'm going to tell you. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, and today's reading is called Like a Bird Set Free. And every single pile is going to have a Sia song. And I explained, like, she's a musical recording artist and she's amazing. She has a beautiful voice. And in her personal life, you know, she's gone through a lot of challenges and she's written some very like emotionally just songs that like rock you. And each pile is getting a Sia song. And we're going to talk about triumph after hardship. And just how like things unfold and how things are unfolding for you. Okay, pile number two. So as I was like getting ready to do this reading and like pulling song lyrics, whenever I listen to her music, I cry like a little baby. So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of my beautiful pile number twos who come here today seeking your beautiful guidance, please. And thank you. Namaste. All right, let's go ahead and look at what song you got today. Pile number two. Oh my God. Oh, I think this is my favorite one. You guys got Bird Set Free. Oh, this song makes me cry like a little tiny baby. And I don't care how happy I am that day. Like if I hear this song, I'll like go into like an emotional trance. But anyway, let me read you guys your lyrics. I hope I don't cry reading them to you. I'll do my best, okay? So here are some lyrics for you. Clipped wings, I was a broken thing. Had a voice, but I could not sing. You would wind me down. I struggled on the ground. Go lost, like the line had been crossed. Had a voice, but I could not talk. You held me down. I struggle to fly now. But there's a scream inside. We all try to hide. We hold on so tight. We cannot deny. It eats us alive. And I don't care if I sing off key. I find myself in my melodies. I sing for love. I sing for me. I shout it out loud like a bird set free. Oh my God. I love that. I get so emotional. Anyway, a couple other things. She says, now I fly, I hit the high notes. I have a voice. Hear me roar tonight. I shout it out like a bird set free. Aw, pile number two. Amazing song for you guys, okay? And this song is about living under the fist of oppression or being in abusive relationships. And because this whole song where he's saying, I could not talk, you held me down, I struggle to fly now, but there was a scream inside and it was eating me alive, and I don't care if I sing off key, I find myself in my melodies, okay? And she's talking about like regaining her voice after oppression, basically. And for those of you that know me, like, you know, oppression is one of the things that I absolutely hate. I cannot stand that. And for those of you that have lived in conditions where you felt like your true nature was oppressed, or you didn't have a voice, or you were forced to live a certain way that you didn't want to live. Also, for those of you that have had religious trauma growing up as well, my heart goes out to you. I stand with you. And yeah. Also, I feel like this song, Bird Set Free, is a song about craving independence, right? And being able to like be ourselves and being able to just exist as we are, which feels like such a gift. You know what I mean? It's something that should be afforded to everyone on this planet, but there's so many oppressors and situations that become oppressing on this planet, and we have to sometimes we have to work really hard to find our way out of oppression. Pile number 2. So I'm right there with you, my loves, and let's go ahead and look at your triumph after hardship, okay? We have here Metatron, let all guilt go. Archangel Metatron, let all the guilt go. Sometimes there can be like survivor's guilt, like when we're able to get out from oppression, but yet we feel guilty just for wanting to be ourselves, or we feel like we're disappointing people, or we have survivor's guilt because we were able to be set free, but maybe not everyone was, or that we feel guilty because other people don't like that we're singing our own melody like a bird set free, okay? And Archangel Metatron is just saying, I feel like even if it's not guilt, I feel like Archangel Metatron is saying, let it all go, like a bird set free, right? Because so many times we find like physical freedom from situations, but we're still mentally in it, and it can be really, really hard to just let it go and realize like I am free at this time. You know, maybe I wasn't always free, but now I feel free, okay? And maybe some of you are actually working towards that. And maybe there has been a lot of guilt about what you've been doing because maybe your family doesn't like it, or maybe your spouse doesn't like it, or your friends, or whatever. But you have to be who you are. You have a voice, pile number 2, okay? We have Starborn. Oh my God, number 21. And I am gonna read this card. It's called Love Your Inner Goddess, and I'll read it at the end. But even the sun doesn't know it's a star. Oh my God, pile number 2, you're a star. You know that, right? You know that. You don't have to feel guilty for who you are. Look at how special you are. It's always the most special people that feel like they're nothing, or feel like they can't be anything, they can't be themselves, and that they're nothing. It's always like the most talented, special people who actually come from those environments, or like feel that way. I feel pile number 2. We have the 3 of Cups. Okay. Wow. And we have this looks like the 8. Yeah, this is the 8 of Pentacles. I don't work with this deck a lot, so I'm like, what is that? It's the 8 of Pentacles, but look at this spider in a web here. And I feel like this was you guys, like getting stuck in other people's webs and other people's expectations, and having to find your way out of that, and having to work really, really diligently to find your way out of that maze, okay? And I feel like there's so much opportunity now for you guys to have like a lighter, better future here where you can feel free to express yourself. But one thing I'm noticing about this 3 of Cups is that there's one that's sitting up higher on the branch, and it looks like the other two are listening to this one. And the Three Cups here are saying everyone, all of these people are on the same level, but someone here is acting like they're above other people. And you may have someone in your friendship circle or at work or in your family or whoever, or an abusive partner who in the past or currently who tried to put themselves above you and act like, and made you doubt your own power, you know, made you doubt it, made you think that that person is like the end all be all. And I feel like a lot of times maybe you guys would like listen to people because you're polite and because you're kind, but at times I feel like it caused you to really question, like, what direction am I going here? And now I feel like I'm all caught up in this and I don't know which way to go. And there's so many people around me that are tugging on my energy that want me to be who they want me to be, but I just want to be myself, okay, is what I feel for you guys. And we have here, we have the, oh my God, the Star card. Wow. Wow. We have Starborn, and then we have the freaking Star card, okay? And I think people kind of kept you in a maze on purpose. I think they did this to you on purpose, pile number 2. They oppressed you this way. And I'm getting discarded you as well, like oppressed you and then discarded you, put you down and made you feel less than, and then tried to confuse you as well. And I just feel like you guys are, I love her expression here because she's like, I'm fucking over it. She's like holding on to the star, and she's like, I feel like just you guys holding on to who you are, right? Like holding on to the special energy that lives within you. And I do feel like people could, you know, when oppression exists, I feel like it attacks our solar plexus. And I'm drawn to the way that she has her hand on her solar plexus and looks a little bit sick, like to her tummy. You know, that feeling you get when you're around someone. But also, oppressors will attack your solar plexus and make you feel like drain your personal power. And sometimes they do it under the guise of like being really nice, like the Three of Cups, like, oh, I'm just telling you this because I care. I'm just telling you this, or I'm just letting you know because I care. And it's like, okay, F you, you know? And I feel like maybe you guys tried to be accommodating to these different energies in your life, but at the end of the day, you have to live for you. You're also a very creative person, because I'm seeing this spider here as well in a web. Like, you're very creative and you're very unique with the Star card here. And I feel like people tried to put you in a box or make you like them, but it isn't going to happen, pile number 2, because you are special, my loves, and everyone is special. I mean, everyone is special at the end of the day, but I will say that people who pretend to be your friend or a nice family member and then try to control you and yank on your energy like that, those people, they lost their own sense of specialness a long time ago, and now they're just selfish, okay? And I think Spirit doesn't want to have you spend any more time on this. They're like, go for what you want, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying you never, even though you might have struggled, pile number 2, you never forgot who you were, because she's actually holding on to the star. It's like you held on to who you were, pile number 2. All right, I love it. We have here surrender, let it all go, Metatron. Yeah, Metatron is just saying, and I think some of you may still be feeling, I just felt like I was gonna burp there, like something's coming up in the tummy and all of that, but some of you may still be feeling like guilt, or you may be feeling like these people can still affect you at times, or like bring you down at times, and here Archangel Metatron is just saying, let it all go, surrender and let it all go, because it's gonna go a lot faster for you. I feel like these people kept you in a spider web, like confused and trying to figure things out and all this stuff, and kept you like spinning at times. Archangel Metatron is just saying, just walk away from that shit. Walk away from it. And if you feel, if this is a friend or a relationship or whatever, a work situation, if you feel that you have to stick around in this because you owe someone something, let me tell you, pile number 2, like, I don't think you guys owe anyone at this point, all right? And I don't even think you owe this person your attention, really. And I don't think you need to do anything else to appease them for any reason, okay? And the Star card is also very cleansing. It's very, very cleansing. It's like getting back to our own energy. And you know, some of the people that you were dealing with were like very basic bitches. Like they're all the same, or basic assholes. They're all the same, but there's you in the middle that, and I don't know, I feel like these people were afraid of you in a way, pile number 2. And that's why they tried to talk down on you or make themselves feel like they were above you, even though they're not by any means. And I think that they were kind of afraid of you and your power here, okay? And, you know, this spider, I feel like, is craving independence, to be like released from the matrix. And I feel like this Star card is like, yeah, I'm reaching for what I want, and I have not forgotten who I am, okay? We have pain. Oh my God. Yeah, pile number 2. It hasn't been easy. I feel like sometimes, like when you're under the grasp of an oppressor, or you're feeling like your wings are clipped, and sometimes people actually can get us in positions where they push us down to the ground and we struggle, and the line was crossed. She put in this song, like, the line was crossed and I struggle to fly now, okay? And birds set free, there's 3 birds on here, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying, go to the light, okay? There's this sun in the background. The sun doesn't even know it's a star, right? Go into that. Forget these other people. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're doing. And for some weird reason, they're afraid of you, I feel, pile number 2. And I feel like sometimes you guys have just felt like being around these people, like you just had to surrender to your pain. Now, I know, like, I've had that happen to me before too. Like, it's hard to come out of those experiences and not still have some lingering, like, pain. And I feel like Archangel Metatron is saying, just let it go and surrender your pain. And feel your pain, right? We're not bypassing emotions or anything like that, but just surrender to it. If it comes on, don't try to avoid it. Don't be afraid of it. Just surrender to it, and we're going to pull you out of it, and you're going to come out of it, is what I feel. There's, oh, Tiger, look at this. Oh my God. You guys, okay, if somebody in your life recently, whether it's a relationship or a family situation or a friendship, if somebody recently, and there could have been up to 3 people, okay? But there is one person in particular that I feel like has caused you guys a lot of pain, okay? And I feel like you couldn't really do anything about it, all right? And Archangel Metatron is just saying, you know, let go, right? But here, I feel like you guys have an animal totem that's very powerful. Look at this tiger. Oh my God. And the tiger is also associated with the goddess, right? And this tiger is like also associated with the high priestess too. Fierce as fuck, pile number 2. And I feel like this is your guides. They do not mess around about you, pile number 2. They got their eyes on, like, whoever causes you pain and tries to keep you down. Your spirit guides are going to come back after those people 100-fold. 100-fold, okay? And that's why Archangel Metatron is saying, let it go, surrender. I know it was painful, but your guides and your animal totems are on it, okay? They are on it. They're like looking at your enemies and they're like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, okay? And yeah, I feel like if there are people that really oppressed you and caused you a lot of pain and hardship, pile number 2, Yeah, your guides are pissed off about that. They are really, really not having it. Let me tell you, they're not having it. We have here, we have matriarch, mother of the homestead, rejection, opportunities, and consequences, okay? And yeah, some of you guys, you may be mothers yourself, but also some of you here may have had a very challenging mother as well. Yeah, who maybe tried to keep you, tried to clip your wings and keep you like under her spell, okay? In a way here. I'm seeing the initials GF here, or OF or GF, but I feel like this person, they tried to get you, I feel like, to reject, it doesn't have to be a mother, but this is somebody who took way too many liberties over you, pile number 2, and tried to get you to reject the opportunities that are coming your way. And this person, we have consequences here, so this person is definitely going to feel these consequences. I'm also getting like, did someone ever tell you don't bite the hand that feeds you? I feel like this tiger is like, I don't like that saying is like, okay, whatever, I get it. But like, someone could have been treating you like that, pile number 2, like don't bite the hands that feed you. And this tiger is like, I'm about to feed on you, to the person who treated you that way. They're like, what? What did you say to pile number 2? I'm about ready to feed on you. Okay. And somebody could have not wanted you to like leave home, because the star card is also like distant, and maybe someone didn't really want you guys to leave home, and but you did anyway, or you're going to anyway. We have Metatron. Wow, Archangel Metatron again, and the Rainbow Bridge is always open. He's saying the Rainbow Bridge is always open. And I feel like he's also saying we've been waiting for you, and we've always been here with you. We just needed you to reach up and grab it. We just needed you to remember who the fuck you are, okay? And the Rainbow Bridge is always open to you guys. And it's also like a healing, I feel, as well. And yeah, it's a healing for you guys. And yeah, okay. Let's see what else we have here. We have Sirius. Okay, so some of you may resonate with Syrian star seeds. Yes, proceed, be seen, and push through, okay? Yeah, so Archangel Metatron here and the Syrian Starseed Collective saying, yes, you can go forward. If someone tried to stop you by making you reject opportunities, or thinking that you weren't good enough for an opportunity, or wanting to keep you in your place, pile number 2, in that kind of an oppressive manner, it's not going to work, okay? And it says, yes, proceed and be seen and push through. Like, push through the pain is also what I feel like you guys have had to do, okay? And even physical pain, I feel like you guys have had to push through as well. You have powerful guides watching your journey here, pile number 2, and there's nothing to be afraid of by any oppressor or anyone who would want you to live under their shoe, okay? You don't have to fear that at all. I feel like you guys are getting out of this, or you already have. And yeah, and Spirit is just saying, yes, proceed, be seen, and push through, okay? Don't be afraid to, like the star came up twice, so don't be afraid to be seen either for who you are. We have El Moria, Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love, okay? Yeah, from these people that caused you a lot of pain and hardship and tried to get you to reject the opportunities and reject the good things that were coming your way by keeping you locked in some type of pattern with them, okay? And El Moria is saying you are awakening to your presence and to who you are, and that the universe is on your side and is protecting you. And El Moria is saying here, wear a cloak of protection, okay? And again, look at your guides don't play. Look at their expression. They're like, what do you want now? Wear a cloak of protection. And I mean, this tiger's got it covered, I feel, as well for you, pile number 2. We have nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. And that's coming out under this situation over here that I feel like you guys want out of, but people have been trying to talk you out of doing something. And yet you still know within you it's what you really, really want to do. And I feel like people tried to convince you that, you know, the ground was shaky underneath you and that like nothing is ever set in stone. And so you shouldn't like ever leave, or you shouldn't ever go because like your support system is here, or like quote unquote, we love you. We're also talking down to you and taking you for granted. You know, we love you, but we're also talking down to you and taking you for granted and trying to keep you stuck, right? I mean, that's a hell of a love, right? Pile number 2. But it says here, nothing is yet set in stone. And maybe you guys felt that way at times. And so it was hard to push through those ideas, I feel like, that other people had about you that weren't really who you are, okay? At trying to throw you off in ways, okay? Trying to throw you off and make you second guess yourself. And it's pile number 2. I'm so mad. It's not going to happen, okay? We have Virgo and digest, okay? And yeah, so again, she's holding on to her stomach here. And I feel like you can tell when you're around these people because you don't feel good, okay? Like physically, you don't feel good. When you are near these people or around them, like I'm just saying physically, it makes you feel like shit. And I think you're understanding that, like, you know, you have to take care of you. And, you know, you also giving yourself enough time to like digest and this situation, and just Metatron saying no need to hurry or feel like super rushed. The Rainbow Bridge is always open. A lot of times people talk about the Rainbow Bridge. It's 10:10 and you're reading right now, pile number 2. Talk about the Rainbow Bridge as like a pet that crossed over as well. So maybe some of you had a pet that was sick or that crossed over. But I feel like Archangel Metatron just saying, you know, your path is always open to you. If you need some time to digest some of the pain that you've been through, the Archangel Metatron is saying that's completely fine. Some of you may need to pay attention to your physical health right now. And I feel like there are situations around you that are not really helping when it comes to like your physical or emotional health, okay? You may have like issues on your own accord, but I also feel like the situations or the people around you are not helping with that. And yeah, and Spirit is just saying, yes, it's okay to proceed, push through and be seen, all right? Even if nothing is set in stone. So fucking what? Life is never set in stone. If you had someone around you that was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that for you, or no, like, I don't know if I can, and they always were leaving you in a lurch and trying to keep you around them by like not helping you so that you couldn't leave and things like that. I mean, and maybe they use this excuse to you, like, you know, you need us around you or you need help or whatever. So like nothing is set in stone. So like, don't go. But that's the nature of life. Nothing is set in stone. Like that is life in general. And if someone tried to use that like against you, pile number 2, I feel like punching that person in the face. Okay. Ooh, pile number 2, we have psychic abilities. Okay. Yeah, when you get out of these situations and these people stop pulling on your energy cords and they stop having influence over you to like talk down to you, like there's some kind of authority, and where this person finally, who is like up your ass and doesn't want you to go anywhere, and just being in this environment makes you sick, I feel like here. And again, star card about a cleansing, right? Like energetic cleansing for sure. And with this Virgo digest card, like watching what we eat, because we may be very sensitive as well to like what we're putting in our bodies. And yeah, with a mutable, maybe some of you do have a mutable moon, which could be a moon in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces. Those are the mutable signs. And yeah, and maybe somebody just trying to scare you or tell you like, oh, don't go out there, like nothing is yet set in stone. It's like, oh, that is the nature of life. What are you talking about, right? And anyway, I feel like your guides are like, don't say that shit. We'll eat you. Anyway, I feel like when you guys clear out of this environment, you're like a bird set free. And you let it all go and you surrender your pain and you're protected divinely by spirit. A star is born here. Even the sun doesn't know that it's a star, but it is, okay? And you have blessings from the Syrian Star Collective as well, telling you, go ahead and proceed, okay? And for some of you, when you leave this situation over here with all this mess and these people affecting you and your energy, your psychic abilities are going to just skyrocket. I feel like pile number 2, okay? And again, the tiger energy, high priestess energy, moon energy, psychic abilities. Some of you may actually become known here with the Starborn card and the star for what you do or your spiritual work here, okay? Or you're just very intuitive and you knew this all along, okay? And you were pissed and you were just waiting for the right time to go where you wanted to go, okay? Is also what I feel here too. Like some of you knew about this whole thing over here and you knew what these people were doing because you are intuitive and at some point you realized it. And I think you guys got pretty mad, okay, about it. Or also this star card to me feels kind of worried, right? It's like, do I have permission to be myself or not, right? And I feel like the answer is, well, fuck yeah, pile number 2, okay? And let's read this card 21, Starborn here, and find out what it says, okay? You have a strong spiritual connection with the universe. Trust your intuition, right? Psychic abilities and your inner feelings about things, especially when your inner feeling is at odds with the appearance of something. Oh yeah, 3 of Cups, we're here to help you. Oh yeah, like we really appreciate your efforts. Oh yeah, you're just draining me, right? Sometimes it is when it seems like the least is happening that the most important thing is actually taking place. You just can't see it yet. Yeah, you guys are like, when is this gonna change? I'm done with this shit, okay? You have a special and deeply spiritual life to fulfill. You cannot get there with logic and planning. Your spirit knows how to guide you. The universe knows how to support you. Following your heart along your path is gonna lead you to your best, brightest star and most beautiful successes. There is stardust in your soul. The earth loves you and you are meant to be here, but you may feel in your heart that you come from another place. Human behavior may not always make sense to you. It may sometimes seem unnecessarily cruel or selfish. Yeah, absolutely. As you let yourself fall deeper in love with the earth, enjoy her creativity and her beauty. You'll learn to hear her in your heart. You'll understand that your purpose and why you choose to bring your starry-eyed soul to her as a human being living the life you are living. You'll realize that there are certain ways that you can help others to open up to the wisdom that your heart knows. We cannot always understand why things are the way we are, but we can always make a positive contribution towards healing and change. Your life mission is to be happily you, right? Be yourself, to be happily you in the ways that feel most true. To fall in love with your life here on earth just as much as you feel love in your soul for the heavenly stars. You are meant to be here shining as a beautiful, loving star on earth. Ah, I love it. Pile number 2. And let's go ahead and do some tarot. And yeah. I love this. You guys are like, yeah, I already know what's going on here and I'm not happy about it. Psychic abilities. Yeah. People trying to fuck with you, telling you, oh, things are not set in stone. You can have this later or do this later or whatever. You're not buying it. You are not buying it. I feel like you guys are just rolling your eyes at this point. All right. And, but there could be some health things right now. Pile number 2 are just things that you need to like fully digest or just work through right now, okay? But let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Spirit, can you tell me how pile number 2 is triumphing after, what are you doing to help pile number 2 triumph after hardship, please? Okay, the King of Pentacles, okay. And the King of Pentacles in the tarot is a Virgo, and we have the Virgo card here too, could be an earth sign. But I feel like this is just you guys tending to your garden and becoming, also just becoming like, there's multiple sides to you. There's a side to you that's very industrious and hardworking and, you know, practical as well. But there's also like a unicorn side to you that's very magical and, you know, being able to be fully who you are, to be like the strong energy that you exude and, like the leadership energy that you exude and your ability to impact things on this planet while also being the you that is very special, okay? At the same time, people may be trying to get you to forget like the more mystical aspects of yourself, pile number 2, but it's not gonna work because that is always with you. And those people don't really understand where that comes from anyway, and they can't even pretend to try, okay? So let's go ahead and see how triumph after hardship for pile number 2, please. Triumph after hardship. I feel like everything you touch turns to gold and grows really, really well. And the fact that people are telling you nothing is set in stone, I feel like it's just to like scare you in a way. And everything that you touch, I feel like is growing and is successful and rooted and like fully expressed, pile number 2. And we have strength here as well. And yeah, again, your guides coming through, tigers and lions. This lion is, you're smiling and you're like patting the lion and you're like, thank you. Thank you for watching over me. And the lion is looking at any energies coming towards you and is like, do not even. I will literally eat your face off your neck. Eat your head off your neck. This lion and tiger, they are not playing, okay? But you look very like loving and kind, I feel like here. And your heart is, you guys have a great heart, even after everything you've been through. And that's another reason why your guides are like so insistent on, you know, eating the head off the necks of your enemies. Oh boy. We have the Prince of Wands. Oh my God. Talk about being set free. Oh yeah, there it is right there, like a bird set free. And look at the unicorn. Here the unicorn, the magical part of you, is a part of what you're doing and you're growing. But here's you having the strength to be yourself and embrace who you are. And here's the Prince of Wands. Like you see the unicorn is just like running wild and running free. And the prince is commanding, like has the Prince of Wands is commanding. This is the Knight of Wands in this deck, is commanding this chariot, and the Prince of the Chariot of Fire for sure, or the Princess of the Chariot of Fire if you want to call it a woman, but in a female term. But look at the lion here. Now the lion is like behind you instead of in front of you, and it's like, I still got your back, I'm right here with you. But now, like, and I'm still watching these motherfuckers, but now you're in the driver's seat, okay? Now you're in the driver's seat is what I'm getting. And like permission to be yourself, pile number 2, and be the radical, amazing you is what I'm getting here. And for you, it's not just like a bird set free, it's also like a unicorn set free. Okay, and your guides are watching this, and they're watching you too. They got your back and they're watching you carefully. They're protecting your periphery is what I feel like, pile number 2. They're watching real careful. They're like, don't you dare. Pile number 2 is about ready to break into a unicorn prance. Don't you dare. Okay? Like telling no one fuck with pile number 2, okay? Is what I feel like your guides are saying. We have the moon and the world. Wow. Okay, well, the moon energy is definitely an energy of not everything being set in stone. But like I said, with the world card, things are very much set in stone with the world card. It's the Saturn card, and it's called the Great One of the Nighttime, okay? And you'll show these people a thing or two about what it is to persevere, okay? And just because something isn't set in stone doesn't mean that, you know, you're not going to succeed or you won't accomplish what you want to accomplish, or that you should just not go for it anymore, okay? And, right, I just feel like you guys, there may be another place that you guys would like to go to or visit, because she's holding an actual globe here and looking at it, and it kind of looks like she's about ready to like put a pin in it or put a pin down somewhere. But I also feel like this is you guys with the world, like finally growing to like actually like being on the earth plane. Imagine that, right? When in the past, I feel like it was very challenging for you to feel like you could really like be yourself and exert influence over your environment, pile number 2. But I feel like this is all changing for you now. And if anyone wants to tell you that, hey, you should just give up or stay here because, you know, nothing's really set in stone, like, you can flip those people the bird for me and just get in your chariot of fire and grab your unicorn and hit the road, all right, pile number 2. And yeah, I feel like your hard work and discipline as well also brings you, and the moon is also very wild and free, right? These two wolves are howling at the moon, and there's the owl up here watching. There's your guides again, like acting all serious. This owl looks like he's about ready to bust a cap in someone's ass. Pile number 2. Oh my God, your guides are funny. But anyway, I feel like there's been so many people, as you've tried to come up in life and you've tried to pull yourself up out of the muddy waters, there's been people around you who've just been squawking in your face or telling you you can't do it, or telling you that it's not worth it anyway because it's too uncertain and who knows what's going to happen in the future. You know what? Just because those people don't have any foresight and don't know how to just keep going, even though we don't know the outcome, doesn't mean that they should try to be raining on your parade, pile number 2. And I feel like you guys are definitely pulling yourself up out of this, and it feels very primitive and very raw to me at times, pile number 2, like what has been going on here. But pulling yourself out of this is I feel like part of your life path, okay? And dealing with uncertainty is also part of your life path. And going anyway or trying anyway is still a part of your life path. And maybe not everyone around you is going to understand what you want and why you want it, but it's not their life to live, okay? Pile number 2, it's your life to live. Yeah, so that is what I am getting for you, my beautiful pile number 2s. I hope that that reading resonated for you. And I feel like I could keep going in your guys' reading. Like there's more to say. Like your guides are like, keep going. Keep, you know, bitching about these people and telling them I'm going to eat their head off of their neck. I don't think I've ever said that before in my life, pile number 2. But that's going to have to be a new thing. Take care, my darlings. I hope to see you again soon. Let's move on to pile number 3. Let's go for pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the pink rose tea light, and today's reading is called Like a Bird Set Free. And every single pile got a Sia song. And I explained in the beginning of the reading who she is. She's a recording artist. She's an amazing musician. And she's been through a lot in her life, and she just sings in this very like raw, passionate way. And it just inspired me to do this reading. Plus, I love her music, and I decided to name the video Like a Bird Set Free, okay? And we're gonna talk about triumph after hardship. Like, what is coming after hardship? What are some of the things that you've encountered on your path, pile number 3? And what is your triumph after hardship, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 3s who come here today seeking beautiful guidance and your wisdom, Spirit. Okay. Spirit is telling me the name Laura, so maybe I don't do as much channeling at the beginning of on this channel at the beginning of readings, but Spirit is giving me like the L names or the name Laura. So if you know someone with that name, take it times a million. All right. So let's go ahead and find out what Sia song you guys got for my beautiful pile number 3s. You guys have Alive. Oh, this song is so powerful. Like the music in it and the instruments in the background are just like building and building and building. And she's just like belting it out. And it's an amazing song, pile number 3. So I'm going to read you some lyrics here, and then we'll go into the oracle cards, okay? Okay. It said, the lyrics go, I was born in a thunderstorm. I grew up overnight. I played alone. I played on my own. I survived. I wanted everything I never had, like the love that comes with light. I wore envy, and I hated that, but I survived. I had a one-way ticket to a place where all the demons go, where the wind don't change and nothing in the ground can grow. No hope, just lies, and you're taught to cry in your pillow. But I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Yeah. And I love those lyrics when she's like, I had a one-way ticket to a place where all the demons go, where the wind doesn't change and nothing in the ground can grow, right? And she's talking about being born into like a thunderstorm. And for you guys, this reading, your song is really about having a strong belief in self and surviving through some really difficult circumstances where maybe you guys were born into a very hopeless situation that was very, very hard to feel any hope or feel like things could ever be better. Maybe some of you grow up in very difficult, challenging families where this is actually making me think of someone who I know whose mother was a drug addict and whose father like passed away from alcoholism. And this person had like a really, really tough, really tough childhood. And your parents don't have to be like that in order for this reading to be your reading, but just born into situations where like people just accepted hopelessness, and they just grew to accept hopelessness, and maybe they didn't have a lot of attention or a lot of love for you because they were trapped in their own despair, okay? Some of you could have had parents that were like mentally ill or very depressed as well. I'm sorry, pile number 3. And like I had this really good friend, she doesn't listen to my videos. Anyway, I don't even think she knows I do this anymore. I haven't talked to her for a long time, but not because I don't like her, but we just kind of lost touch. But she had a mother when we were in high school. She just lived with her mom, and her mom would get like very, very depressed, and my friend would have to like put her in the shower with like her clothes on and turn the water on. And half the time my friend had to go like make money and do all this stuff because her mom just like, and I get it, like, she's mentally ill and all of that, but it was just so unfair for my friend to have to go through that. And I just felt so bad for her. And, and her father wasn't around. It just was really, really hard. And, to be born into an environment like that, and it's really, really challenging. But I love this song because she's like, but I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Right. And it's like, I'm alive is a declaration. Like, my life isn't hopeless. I can do something with my life. My life isn't like, you know, some of the people that were around me when I was growing up, or some of the examples that I have. I'm alive now. And, one of the lyrics in the song is, I knew what I wanted and I went out and got it. Okay. And yeah, so I feel like she's just saying, like, I'm a survivor and I knew what I wanted, so I went out and got it, even though I was born in a thunderstorm. And yeah, and it was really, really hard. Okay. And talk about having a one-way ticket to a place where all the demons go. Like, sometimes we're born into families where there's like a lot of issues, like substance abuse or like mental things or emotional things, and it feels like our genes are like cursed. You know what I mean? Pile number 3, like, this is getting kind of deep. It may not resonate with everyone, but just to say, like, that sense of like, I survived and I went out and got what I wanted for myself, and I'm still alive and here to here to talk about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and, you know, and there's this whole thing, like, when we incarnate, we don't want to waste any lifetime, right? Because it's a very difficult, arduous journey to even freaking get here. And we don't want to waste it, right? And in hopelessness and not reaching for, and sometimes you can't reach for what you want. The hopelessness is too over consuming. And sometimes it actually breaks people, right? And then those people have children and they're just like fundamentally broken trying to raise children. It's just a big old mess, pile number 3. So anyway, I'll get off my pulpit right now. Let's get into your reading. We have Archangel Raphael, give yourself time to breathe. Wow. And in the song, she says, I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Okay. And Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing, the angel of the heart. And you've been through a lot, pile number 3, in your life. And you could be years out of that, like older and years out of that, but you have been through a lot in your life. And Archangel Raphael is just saying, give yourself time to breathe because you went through a lot. All right. We have Beautiful Bandit, number 29. Ooh, and I love the butterflies by her eyes right here. And it's like the spirit of change is around her. I'm going to read this card. This is from Love Your Inner Goddess deck. And I will read that here, and when we get to the end of the oracle cards, I'll read from the book for you guys on that one. We have the Hierophant with the key. Wow, 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 wow. And whenever I see the keys on the Hierophant, I always think of Hecate, because she's like the keeper of the keys and the keeper of the crossroads, okay? And like some of these experiences, I feel like pile number 3, like look at the lightning on the Hierophant, like I was born in a thunderstorm, right? I feel like some of this experiences that you guys have went through are like the key to your personal transformation in a way here. And it wasn't easy at all, but you know, with the Hierophant is like wise old soul energy, right? And it's like at the right moment, something comes in and gives you what you need to keep going, to keep persevering. And we have the Star. Wow. The Star came up in pile number 2 as well. And there must be something about the Star, and I've never really thought about this, but triumph after hardship. And that would make sense, right? Because the Tower is right before the Star. And then, because it goes Devil, Tower, Star. That would make total sense to have the Star, because the Tower is a lot of hardship and there's a ton of lightning in the Tower. And talk about being born into a tower, being like a Tower Tarot moment, being born into that environment, and then having to, you know, build yourself up from that with the Hierophant and find the missing pieces and sometimes it's just like finding out who we are and where we fit in, right? After going through these experiences. You guys are very strong though. And these are 2 major arcana cards. You're very, I feel like also too, like other people gravitate towards you, pile number 3, because you are very inspiring to other people. And like they look at your journey and what you've been through, and it's like, wow. And some of you could be like teachers here as well, or you could be a teacher, like a spiritual teacher, a teacher if you wanted to be. I feel like your journey is very inspiring. And as much as it sucked, I feel like it gave you the key to kind of open up what's coming for you, which I feel is way easier with the Star card. It's way better. It's easier. It's just calmer, right? With this Archangel Raphael energy, give yourself time to breathe. And most of us would be happy not to have our trauma and to actually not have gone through those experiences, right? But we can't turn back time. Like we can't turn back time and give ourselves a new set of parents or different circumstances. And so we kind of have to go with what we've been given. But I feel like you guys figured out how to make the most out of everything and come out a fighter and come out strong and come out wiser and better, and like as an inspiration to other people as well that like flock to your energy, because it's very powerful. And I feel like this is like your guides giving you a key here. Like they're saying, because like part of it is like where we come from, these wild situations where there's just out of control energy. And to make something out of that chaos is like, wow, it's amazing. And I feel like your guides are giving you a key to tell you like, congratulations, you can open this door now. All right. And yeah, we have here, we have the World, El Mundo, the World. Okay. And the World is, it's a Saturn card in the tarot, and it's called the Great One of the Nighttime. Like the star is the great one of the nighttime as well. But this World card, I feel like you guys like had a lot of weight on your shoulders. Look at the way these two kids are like holding up the world. They're holding up everything. I feel like you guys had a big weight on your shoulders growing up, or there was just so much that maybe you wish could be different as well, pile number 3. Because it says the lyrics in the song too, it said, I wanted everything that I never had, like the love that comes with the light. I wore envy and I hated that. And they're pointing at this like beautiful castle with like, probably has like tons of people in it and tons of helpers and money. Maybe some of you were not born into poverty or born into really dire financial situations as well. And sometimes like that can make us feel like, it's like, why couldn't have I been born into like a better situation? Or maybe you guys thought of that when you were younger and you would see other people with better houses and parents that were around. And she says in the lyrics, I wore envy and I hated that. And I feel like maybe you guys hated that too, to feel that envy. I mean, it's very painful to feel envy because it reminds us of what we don't have. And as a child, we can't do anything about that. As a child, we can't go out and get what we want. As adults, we can though. And the World card is about maturing into our destiny and into our dreams, right? And a lyric from the song is, I knew what I wanted and I went out and got it, okay? But it's hard to do that as a child, like I said. And I've often used the example, like if you grew up in a rough home and you're like 9 years old and you want to tell your parents, I'm sick of your shit and I'm going down the street to rent my own apartment. You guys figure it out and find me later. Like you can't do that as a 9-year-old. You're stuck there, and a lot of times you're also like looking at what everyone else has and what their world is like. And it's like so different than yours, right? But I feel like Spirit is saying here, you're going to be like, to have this happiness and to have people around you and to feel like you love your home and to feel like you have people around you that support you and help you, or you have family around. I do feel like for some of you, this could be important for you, all right? And I feel like it's something that you can have if you want, all right, pile number 3. And let's see what else. We have illumination. Yeah, wow, okay, Raphael, give yourself time to breathe. I feel like if you guys give yourself time to breathe, you might have been working really hard here with this World card and Hierophant. You know, survival takes a lot of energy. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. You know, people will look at you afterwards and go, wow, right, with the Star card. But they might not even know like how much of a struggle that was for you, pile number 3. But I think, you know, when you give yourself time to breathe and you give yourself time to just rest and breathe and be in your own energy, it creates a sense of illumination in you. You can see things a lot easier. And I feel like with these 2 butterflies, like coming in towards her eyes are closed. It's like we want to be illuminated. I feel like your guides are like, maybe you guys resonate with butterflies and they're coming in to be like, open up your eyes. We're illuminating something for you right now. We have here faith. Yeah, that's what it takes, right? With the Hierophant, all about faith as well. And the World card, like the faith that we can do it. And Star is very much about faith too. And you know what I wrote on this page for your guys' song is I wrote this song is about having a strong belief in self and pretty much having faith in oneself, okay? And I feel like you guys have had to have a lot of faith in yourself. It may not have always felt that way at times, but when you look back on your journey, I think you guys are going to be like, wow, I did have a lot of faith in myself that I could get through and that I could do this and that I would get to a better place, okay? And especially to be born in an environment where things feel very hopeless, to have faith is almost an act of rebellion, you know, pile number 3. We have Peacock, okay. And I feel like this is some of the people that in your environment, they're looking at how you're illuminated like the Star and how you've had faith. And I feel like sometimes they feel either left behind by you or they feel like you're not going to, or they may have just, sometimes when we're in environments like that and we manage to pull ourselves out of them, other people are like envious or jealous, or they get really scared that we're going to leave them forever. And so they, you know, they start acting in a particular manner, that type of thing. Okay. And some of the people that you were around could have thought like that they were like very special, and, or you know what? I actually feel like they could have felt like you were something special, but they wanted to make it seem like you were like everyone else with all these peacock feathers up here. And I feel like some of the people around you could have definitely seen that and been agitated with that. Pile number 3. We have Hades, the Lord of Riches. Wow. You know, and Pluto does bring, like, Pluto equates to the wealth of the earth, okay? In like, you know, in astrology. So we have Hades and the Lord of Riches, equanimity, wisdom, and inevitability, okay? So it's inevitable. I feel like pile number 3 that you guys are going to be very successful. Some of you may end up making a lot of money as well with the Star card and the World card, and your guides here with the Hierophant handing you the key that you need here for this illumination. And even if it's not like money, like, oh, I just all of a sudden have $1 million in my bank account. If it's not that, then it's, you know, the riches of wisdom and the inevitability that you were always going to become who you were, okay? And Hades is also like, you know, when we're saying I survived, I'm still breathing, I'm alive, right? Hades, Pluto or Hades, like it will kill something, you know? It will kill something. And I feel like these people, or you could have been afraid or at one point that you were going to succumb the way that they had, or the people that were around you knew that it was a bad environment and thought that it was inevitable that you would also succumb. But I don't think you did, pile number 3. You became like the star, all right? And a lot of people could have been real shocked by like how you were able to do this and maintain this, okay? And it looks like here, like he has a golden apple in his hand. And to me, that's like temptation. You know, it's like temptation will inevitably get you, is what I feel like these people from your life are saying. Like, you're not always going to be able to, like, you'll be like us eventually, is kind of what I feel like they're saying. But I feel like pile number 3, you're just like, no, you know, you have the illumination and the faith to keep going, where I don't know, what makes one soul have faith and believe in themselves, and what makes another soul completely give in to like everything around them and not be able to kind of get out of it, right? Like, what is the difference there? I don't know. Maybe it's luck. I don't freaking know. Maybe it's the age of a soul. Maybe it's the choices that we make along the way. Maybe it's, I don't know. Like, we're not going to know the answer to all those questions until we're off this planet. But anyway, we have letting go, time for release, okay? And it may be time for some of you, like, I feel some of you here could be letting go of like your childhood home, or letting go of the past, or letting go of the way that you used to kind of see the world. Even envy or anything like that. I feel like it's just like time to release that, because you guys are going to a special, your guides have given you the key here, and you're getting illuminated. And so you don't need to hold, like, it's okay to let go, all right? It's okay to let go. And some of you may have felt like you had to grow up really early, or like support the family, and Spirit is saying it's time to release that now, okay? It's time for your journey now. We have Venusian Galactic Council. Wow. All right, so you guys have Venus on your side in the Venusian Council, which is amazing, right? Star being guides, answer the call, time to shine, illumination, right? Yeah, this is your guys' energy. Like, this is where you guys come from. Like, and you know what? Like, it might be woo to say this, pile number 3. I might be being like overly woo, but I feel like this is what you're a part of. Like, this Venusian Council, I feel like resonates with your energy. And yeah, I mean, it's very bright and pure. It's almost like so bright, right? Like the star card amongst all these other like really dimly lit stars, you're like really shining. And people in your life may have thought that like you will become like them, but I don't think you did, okay? I don't think you did. We have here Diana. Ooh, I love her. I love it. We have Goddess Diana or Artemis here talking to you guys about focused intention. And I feel like this beautiful bandit has focused intention and faith. But Diana, very focused, eyes wide open, never missing, has her bow and arrow. And it says, think about what you desire. Set your sights high, right? Don't set your sights low like some of the people around you or what you grew up in. I feel like you guys have a faith in yourself to set yourself high and expect the best possible outcome. Have faith, right? Goddess Diana here with you guys in this pile number 3, helping you to light your path. Very focused, right? Very, very focused. I like that. We have surrender to the divine, full moon. I feel like it's these people over here that wanted you to surrender. Like, they're like, it's an inevitability that you're going to kind of be like us. And so you should just surrender to that. But no, I don't feel like you guys have a different life path, okay? Pile number 3. We have here Aries and act. Yeah, definitely. I mean, focused intention plus acting on things plus faith in things is what gets you there, okay? And we have answer the call, time to shine, and then we have act here, all right, with Aries energy. And talk about triumph after hardship. It's like I can finally like act like I want to, and I can finally go after the things that I really, really want to go after. And I feel like you guys have a lot of great, some of you may be like entrepreneurs or have business ideas or just have these amazing plans or things that you want to do in your life and put your focused intention on, and you want to start them. And it's like, let's go already, right? And I feel like after you ditch some of this old energy over here, it's like you guys can really go quickly. Like you go so much more quickly without these people or this baggage, all right? And we have here well-being, okay? And that is tied into Archangel Raphael's energy. Give yourself time to breathe. I feel like because you guys are survivors and you're very focused and you do go after what you want and you do have faith in yourself, sometimes you may get a little bit burned out, and you may get kind of like, so I want you guys to take care of yourselves, like your well-being, like physical, emotional, mental, getting good sleep, and because that is gonna help you along your path here too. And you'll get the illumination that you need as well if you focus on your well-being. And I think you guys just have to, because you've been in survivor mode that's how it is, right? If you've been in survivor mode for a long time, and it's like, boom, 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 I gotta act, I gotta do this, right? It can feel like very nervous energy and like anxiety, like always living on the edge of anxiety. I know how that is. Pile number 3. Ooh, I just hit my elbow on the table really hard. I know how that is, pile number 3, to like live on the edge of anxiety, okay? And with this Diana Artemis energy and Aries energy showing up here, it's like, yeah, there could be like like go, 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 right? I gotta keep going. But Archangel Raphael is saying, take time to breathe. It's for your well-being. Like chill a little bit too. All right, pile number 3. And I feel like these people over here like chilled way too much, and you don't really want to chill like they did, like overly chill. So maybe sometimes you overdo it. So just watch that, okay? Pile number 3, like the tendency to overdo it. Let me read this card 29, Beautiful Bandit, and then we'll look at some tarot for you guys, okay? Let's go ahead and look. Okay, Beautiful Bandit. You can choose right now to feel good about yourself. You've been beating yourself. If you've been beating yourself up, stop it now. Don't let anyone else decide how you should feel about yourself. Taking responsibility for your actions, right? We have act with Aries. Taking responsibility for your actions means that when you've done something that you feel is out of integrity, you do something about it that is constructive and useful. Damning yourself with judgment or allowing another to steal your self-esteem is neither of those things, okay? The Divine Mother is telling you to forgive yourself and use your energy now to live the best life that you can, okay? Maybe there was a time in your life when you did kind of give in to something, or you wish you would have done it sooner. You know, there's all these things that we can use in our head to like berate ourselves. Like, I should have acted sooner. I should have known better. You know, all these things, pile number 3. Don't do that to yourself, all right? And I feel like sometimes coming from environments where we really just are hopeless, where we have to survive, I feel like can really do a number on our self-esteem too, which keeps us just continually working all the time to like prove something. It's time to take your life back. Yeah, Spirit is saying, you are one tough sweetheart, a spiritual gangster, a beautiful bandit, stealing back from the unworthy that which rightfully belongs to you. You have certain spiritual rights that cannot be denied to you. Your dignity, power, and grace, and your sense of beauty and self-esteem, your chosen belief systems and your energy, your chosen belief systems, your faith in yourself, what you choose to believe about life, pile number 3, not what these other people choose to believe about life, okay? Your faith in your connection, and your faith in your spiritual connection with the universe and your sense of life purpose belong to your soul. So does your joy, your laughter, and your enjoyment, your belief in your own purity of heart and the goodness of your own being. Your right to love yourself is owned by your soul too. Even when you make mistakes, the Great Mother loves and forgives you. knowing that you are doing the best and are her precious daughter. You have a spiritual right to be free from torment. Oh my God, pile number 3. Doesn't that sound amazing? You have a spiritual right to be free from torment, cruelty, and mental anguish. Oh, the mental anguish to grow up in that environment, you know? You alone own the right to choose your thoughts and claim your freedom to make your own choices. You are fierce with wisdom. You know that another cannot even successfully steal what truly belongs to you. And if they try, your sacred rage will rise up and you will not hesitate to stake the winning claim for what is rightfully yours. The beautiful bandit comes to you now with a message. Anything that you feel has been taken from you unfairly shall be taken back by you. Claim what is yours by spiritual right. Justice will prevail. Oh my God, pile number 3. Amazing, amazing. All right, you guys are spiritual gangsters and divine badasses. All right, pile number 3. And of course you are. Listen to the song that you got for sure. And let's go ahead and see, how is Spirit bringing triumph after hardship to my beautiful pile number 3s? Oh, okay, there we go. Knight of Cups. They're like, we got what you need. Take it easy. We want you to chill. This Knight of Cups. We got what you want. We got what you need. Pile number 3. Yeah, how is Spirit? Well, and Knight of Cups in the tarot is Scorpio, okay? Scorpionic energy. So, you know, Plutonic experiences, Scorpionic energy. Yeah, how is Spirit helping pile number 3 find triumph after hardship? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, some of this, I was talking a lot about family, but some of you, this could be a relationship as well. Like maybe you also had this situation with your family, but you also had a relationship where you're like, I survived that. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. Okay. Pile number 3. Wow. And I feel like Spirit is bringing you like relief from suffering. Okay. And in your guys's Love Your Inner Goddess card, it basically said you have the right to be free from mental anguish and torment, okay? And I feel like Spirit is helping you guys, especially if there was anxiety or there was just a sense of, oh my God, I did something wrong. I didn't do the right thing, okay? I feel like Spirit is helping you to like ease the burden of that, okay? Pile number 3. And yeah, guys, let's see what else for pile number 3. Triumph after hardship for my beautiful pile number 3s. We have the Page of Wands. My faith in life is renewed, right? And the Knight of Cups is also very hopeful too. I feel like you guys could have tried to help some of these people, whether it was a romantic partnership or a family situation, like you did try to help them, I feel, but they always broke your heart, or they never like appreciated what you were doing. And I feel like some of you just had to like, and I feel like doing that broke your heart and made you wonder, like, is it even worth it, etc. I feel like with this Page of Wands, your faith is being renewed, okay? Like your faith in humanity, because I feel like some of you were dealing with people that always hurt you. Like no matter what, they were always hurting you. And we have this letting go, time to release, right? Like time to release the 3 of Swords here. The Knight of Cups keeps on giving and giving, trying to change an outcome, right? But the Page of Wands is like, okay, like I have to move past this now. And like what's up, you know, what's important, what's more important is what's up ahead, okay? And we have here Justice, what's up ahead. And you know what, on your, and look at the star on the bottom of the deck too. And didn't it say that? I think it on your spiritual gangster card, right? It actually said that. It said, claim what is yours by spiritual right. Justice will prevail. File number 3, justice will prevail. And I feel like this is your guides like doing a little joke right now. They're like, tell pile number 3, justice will prevail. All right. And I feel like you've always known this, or maybe you've always had this sense that like the universe is on your side, or that you will prevail, or you will be okay, even though like things broke your heart, even though things were very harsh on your heart. I feel like pile number 3. It's like you always with this Page of Wands had faith that the scales would tip in your balance, okay? And that karma would be delivered, or that, you know, the universe would rule in your favor. And I feel like with this Justice card, it's like, oh, hell yeah, the universe is ruling in your favor, all right? We have 7 of Pentacles. Some of you guys could have, here's the Empress on the bottom of the deck. I mean, the Star and the Empress, right? Yeah, there's the Star, okay? There they are together, the Star and the Empress. Again, that's you guys. And I feel like this 7 of Pentacles is like, I've done so much, I'm not sure what to do next. And you've done a lot of hard work, pile number 3, and I feel like give yourself time to breathe because you have done a lot of hard work. But I also feel like you guys are at a point now where you're with this Aries energy and time to act. It's like, okay, what do I want to do with all of this? Or how do I bring all this together? Or how do I make this into, some of you may be wondering how you take all of this and turn it into like a life calling or work or like making money as well. And it's like, yeah, like I feel like you guys have sorted a lot out here with this 7 of Pentacles and you've worked very, very hard. But you're kind of at this point now where you're like, well, what do I do with this now? Okay, like where do I go with this now? Or what do I do with this now? And let's draw a card on that for pile number 3. What does pile number 3 do now? What does pile number 3 do now? High Priestess. Okay, I think, okay, another message as I was shuffling was don't stick around. What should pile number 3 do right now? Don't stick around, letting go, time to release. So some of you may be like leaving these situations right now and it's like, don't stick around, just go. This High Priestess here, I feel like you guys have kind of done everything that you can, and you should be really proud of yourself and not beating up on yourself. Like you've done the best that you can with everything that you have. You really, really have, pile number 3. And it's almost like you don't believe it, like that you think that you didn't, but you did. And maybe you have a secret fear. It was like, I didn't do enough, or I should be doing more. And Spirit is saying, no, you actually need some time as well to give yourself time to breathe out here. And I feel like the High Priestess is that time to breathe out and time to take care of your well-being and time to, like, you know, surrender to the divine, right? In the way that you want to, not in the way that these other people wanted you to, or the way they were living their lives, okay? And I do feel like your journey is turning spiritual in a way. I feel like you can be very proud of all the efforts and work that you've done on the material plane, but I feel like the most rewarding thing to you is more of a spiritual nature. And the thing is sometimes when I feel like you dive into that, you feel like you're not doing enough, or you should be doing more when you're diving into your spiritual nature. But you're not gonna like take your eye off the ball. You're always working hard, pile number 3. I feel it's okay to indulge yourself a little bit and you know, kind of get more into your spiritual side, or get more into your mystical side, or do some things that necessarily isn't like 3D hard work type of things, but more things that like fill your soul up, okay? Is what I'm kind of getting. And I think after you do that, then it'll be time to act. Then it'll be time to put in the focused intention. But I do think you guys need a little bit of time here to breathe out after all of this. All right, my beautiful pile number 3s. So that is what I am getting for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed your message, and I hope that every pile enjoyed their messages. Thank you so much, everyone who came here today to your reading. Take care.